One of only 4 courses to hold a royal charter in South Africa, the Royal Johannesburg and Kensington Golf Club host the penultimate event on the Ladies Sunshine Tour this season. Only the top 10 players make it through to the Chase of the Investec Cup finale in Millvale, and with over 600 points available to the winner, the bottom half of the table is far from decided. While for some players a good result in Johannesburg was their top priority, one player who has one eye on Joburg and the other on Millvale is Ashley Buhai. Last week's winner is lying second behind England's Kiran Mataru in the Chase to Investec Cup, and a strong finish here would place her nicely going into next week's finale. She started round 2 in fine fashion, birdieing the first hole to take her to 4 under par. Another birdie would follow at 7, and then this chip at the par 5 8th would yield yet another birdie. Ashley represents Royal Johannesburg and Kensington Golf Club and looked comfortable out on her home course as she inches closer to a possible dream finish of the season.
Obviously, the whole long picture, my goal was to come out here and try and win the Chase to the Investec. Obviously going to go out there tomorrow and try my best to try and close it out. But the girls are all playing really well, and it's going to take a really low round to try and do that.
She carded a 70 for round 2 and finishes 5 under for the day, 5 shots ahead of Kiran Mataru. Kim Williams is also a winner this season and has finished inside the top 10 on 5 separate occasions. Determined to improve on her first round score of 70, Kim went out in 35, but really turned it on coming home, birdieing the last 2 holes to shoot 68 and head into the final round 1 shot off the lead and a likely spot in next week's 10-lady field.
Coming into this week, I knew either top 5 finish secures me a position in the final, or to get into or have a chance of winning the overall. I need to go win-win. So yeah, I think it's looking good so far.
Currently in 7th position in the Chase to Investec, a win this week will propel her to 4th and a chance of clinching overall honours. However, England's Lauren Taylor has come into some form of late, and with a first round of 68, she was looking like the player to beat.
Been working hard with my coach back home, and then it's just kind of clicking, and the last few events is getting better scores, and I hope I can continue it tomorrow, so yeah.
A second round of 69 took her to top of the leaderboard. Leading by 1 going into the final round, the Ladies European Tour regular placed herself in a good position to win in a country she is quite fond of.
I love coming out to South Africa, it's my favourite country, and the tour here, the Sunshine Ladies Tour, is amazing, and I really enjoy it, so I'll be definitely coming back next year.
Leading by 1 on 7 under heading into tomorrow's round, Taylor will be solely focused on the Joburg Open and her first Ladies Sunshine Tour title, while some players may be forgiven for having thoughts of Millvale. Well, there we have the round 2 leaderboard. England's Lauren Taylor leading the way at 7 under, but with a very close chasing pack. Local and international players were treated to a tour of one of South Africa's most historical places, Soweto. Known for its political activities during apartheid years, the suburb of Johannesburg is now a hub for adventure and historical tours. Players witnessed breathtaking views of the city at Orlando Towers and then followed the footsteps of South Africa's most influential person, Nelson Mandela, by visiting his house in Vilakazi Street. The day out for the players was filled with fun and previously unknown facts of the history of South Africa, certainly something they will never forget. The final day of the Joburg Ladies Open greeted the field with sunshine and ideal scoring conditions. But for some players, the nerves of final day were compounded by the fact they needed a good finish to secure playing rights at the Chase to Investec Cup the following week. Starting the day on level par, Swaziland's Nobushle Dlamini birdied the first hole and went on to shoot a 2 under par 70 and give herself a chance of finishing in the top 10 of the Chase. Melissa Eaton also started strong with a birdie at 1 and followed it with a long birdie at the 4th to move to 2 under. Coming off a top 5 finish last week, Bonita Bredenhan could also play her way into next week. A birdie at 1 to move 5 under was the perfect start. After a bogey at the first hole, Tanny von Ruben birdied 5 to get back to level par for the day and 1 over. Nearly reaching the green in 2, Williams started the day as she had finished the previous. A lagged eagle putt at 1 to secure her first birdie of the day and move into a share of the lead with Taylor on 7 under. A skillful chip from Bredenhand to save par on the 4th and remain 5 under. Another birdie at the 5th, this time for Morgana Robertser, to go 3 under, 4 behind Taylor and Williams. Chase leader Kira Mataru started the day level and birdied the 6th after this approach to the par 5 and clawing her way back towards the leaders and a chance of retaining her top spot going into Millvale. Eaton with her 3rd on 8, a good chip and a certain birdie to move 3 under. Lejean Luthwaite needs a top 6 finish to play her way into the Chase finale. A birdie at 6 moves her to 3 under, only 4 behind the leaders. Ashley Buhai would suffer a collapse in form in the final round, recording 5 bogeys and a double to finish 76. On 1 under in 11th place, seriously denting her chances of leading the Chase going into next week. With Buhai in trouble, England's Bataru took advantage and continued to move up the leaderboard, this a birdie at 8 to go to 2 under. Another good approach to the 6th by Bredenhand. Unfortunately, the Namibian would 2-putt and remain on 6 under, 1 behind the leaders. Another birdie at the 8th for Robertser to get back to 3 under after a bogey on the 6th. Lejean Luthwaite at the 10th using the back entrance of the hole to move to 4 under. Taylor was struggling a bit to recapture the round of yesterday. This would be her only birdie on the front 9 to move to 8 under. Scotland's Kylie Henry was enjoying the perfect conditions, and by the time she made her way to the 8th, she had already carded 3 birdies. Another birdie in the bag and a score of 6 under. Robertser 2nd to the par 4 13th. Good approach with an uphill putt to come and a chance to move to 4 under. After an awful triple bogey on the 6th, Kim Williams needed a birdie at the 8th to get her round back on track. A nice birdie to get back 5 under and she would turn in 38, needing a special back 9 to fight for the win. Tandy Bond Rubin was having a quiet day but popped this birdie in at 15 to go to 2 under, where she would finish, securing her spot in the top 10 of the Chase to Invest It Cup. Morgana Robertser with her birdie at the 13th, wonderful putt to get to 4 under. A long birdie chance at the 10th for Williams. She would birdie the 11th too and move to 7 under. A wayward 2nd to the 13th left Bredenhand with an awkward lie up against trees on the left. A masterful chip and so nearly a birdie, she remains 6 under in a tie for 2nd with Taylor. Robertser, having an extraordinary day out on the East Course at Royal, could do no wrong. Another great approach and another birdie to finish the day 5 under in a tie for 4th place. Kylie Henry has only played 2 Sunshine Tour tournaments but finished 8th and 12th respectively. Her 5th birdie of the day at 13 sets her up for her best finish yet. It's a job well done for Kira Mataru, a birdie at the last to finish 4 under and crucially ahead of Buhai to stretch her lead in the Chase to Invest It Cup going into the following week's tournament. Taylor had dropped shots at 9 and 11 to give Williams a 1-shot lead, and she took advantage coming down the 13th, setting up another birdie chance. For Lejean Luthwaite, it couldn't have gone any better. A par at the last to finish in a tie of 4th and crucially earn a place in the top 10. Well done, Lejean. A positive left-hand low putting stroke for Williams to extend her lead to 2 over Bredenhahn and Taylor. A birdie at the last for the Scot to go 5 under and move into a share of 4th and her best finish to date on the Sunshine Tour. By this time though, there was no stopping Williams. With the putter turning hot, she birdied the 15th and 16th, and by sinking this birdie at 17, she had a 5-shot lead heading down the last. A second place finish for Bredenhahn also secures her a spot in the finale next week for the 3rd consecutive year. So, with a comfortable 5-shot lead, Williams could take it easy coming down the last and soak up the atmosphere, knowing a second win of the season was imminent. A frustrating day for Taylor, a 1 over 73, but still a second place and maybe a chance to go one better when she returns next year. Coming home in 29 to finish 11 under par, Kim Williams wins the Joburg Ladies Open and with it her 3rd Sunshine Tour career title. Well, there we have it, a dominating performance by Kim Williams here at the Joburg Ladies Open, finishing 5 shots clear of the field and showing us once again what she's capable of.
I knew coming into this week I needed a good result. A win was on the back of my mind, but with so many talented players out here, it's always nice to have to win, but yeah, I'm very happy.
So Williams jumped from 7th to 4th in the Chase to Investec Cup and along with her fellow golfers looks to take home the tour's most coveted prize. Confirmation of the top 10 who will be making their way to Millvale Private Retreat for the final. A big congratulations to Kim Williams for claiming the Joburg Ladies Open trophy. From the East Course at the Royal Johannesburg and Kensington Golf Club, goodbye.